You're watching Spotlight, and today I'm joined by Marian Ruthnick and Perry Todd, representing iSupport Community. So welcome to the set.
Thank you.
We're excited to talk about iSupport Community again, and this time you're going to talk to us a little bit about that Inside Out Club. So Go ahead, Marian, tell us some information.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having us today on the show. And iSupport Community is really all about developing kids with character inside and out. That's our mission, which ties directly to the Inside Out Club, which is our main program that helps us achieve that mission. The Inside Out Club is actually in schools, on weekends, and soon to be at home, which will be an online program. And what really makes the Inside Out Club lessons in the school program and weekend events Inside Out Club are two things. Basically, everything has the why connected to it. So when we're working with kids, all of our programs are focused on children ages 3 to 12. It's all about why are we doing what we're doing? You know, why are we making fleece tie blankets? Who's this going to help? How are they going to feel? How does it make you feel? So really trying to build character in young kids by connecting them to the community. So that's the second piece that really makes it an Inside Out Club event, is everything always ties back to a local charitable organization. So really bridging kind of the social emotional learning that's going on with children and that community engagement piece. So that's kind of the Inside Out Club. Kind
of building volunteers from scratch, that philanthropic feeling, right?
Yeah, building that from the get-go. So right from age 3, getting them connected and knowing about that and building kindness and empathy. So as they grow up, it's a part of them.
Now, in the club, are they all working together with that? That's a big age range.
Yes.
So are they working together? Are they working separately? Do you kind of divide them out?
So in the school program, we typically have groups that are either kind of K through 2nd graders together or 3rd through 5th graders together. And then on the weekends, parents and children come together. So that really has a broader range. But if we have older children, sometimes they can serve more as mentors for the younger kids. So if there's a 12-year-old there, we might ask them, like, hey, could you help this 3-year-old with a project or whatever they're working on? So that's how we kind of group the kids based on which program.
So when they come in on the weekend, they're coming in a little bit more maybe like a family. So it's more of a family orientation as opposed to the educational in the school piece.
Absolutely, yes. When they come in on the weekend, the parents come with the child. That way it really starts and sparks that conversation they can continue at home. So that's really more of the family piece. And then at school, it's just the child that comes to the after-school club. You typically meets monthly, and each month is a different lesson on a different community issue, like hunger or homelessness, and then through that, they're learning and connecting and doing activities to get involved and build character.
Wonderful. Now, you've alluded to a little bit of the impact that the program's having, but say a little bit more about that.
Okay. So we're having a big impact, and we're really excited about that. This past fall, we had 15 schools doing the program, over 500 children in K through 5th grade. And through that, it really did impact the child, the parents, the family unit, and the community at large. So just a quick example would be, one of the lessons in the school was hunger in our community. So through that lesson, the students were really learning about, what does hunger look like? And how can we help, and what can we get involved, and who's helping them in terms of community resources. And we talked a lot about Loaves and Fishes as one of the organizations. And to get the kids involved, we had them each make one of these little crayon coloring gift bags to serve as a gift from one child to another child. So these were donated to Loaves and Fishes. We donated over 500 this fall, so they could give them to the families that come. And one of the children, after she did this donation, we were collecting them, and she actually took her snack, an apple, and placed it into the bag with all the donations. And the volunteer said, why did you put your apple in here? And she said, well, if that can help somebody else, it's okay if I go without my snack today. And that empathy and kindness, I love that story.
Yeah,
but that story. But that is exactly what we're trying to build, and that just kind of demonstrates the impact to the child. And then they take that conversation home to the parents, and clearly it's impacting the community. So
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. What a nice little piece and a great story.
Thank you.
Perry, you're with the DuPage Medical Group Charitable Fund, right?
Yes.
And you guys have now started partnering with iSupport Community with your kids' program. So tell us a little bit about that.
We started the DMG Charitable Fund as a way to coordinate our giving back to the community. And we do that through grant making, in-kind donations, and volunteer service. So we have been volunteering about 2,500 hours every year. Our employees give back to the community. But the frequent question that I get is, hey, can I bring my kids? And unfortunately, most of the volunteer programs are focused on adults and older teens. So we started DMG Kids Care as a way of offering opportunities for families to volunteer together. And I've been watching Marion's program grow over the past few years. And we were excited when she expanded beyond the schools into the community, so we have more opportunities to offer our families.
That's nice. So it's a great way for you to do what you're trying to do in your mission, but connect with what Marion's doing and bring those kids, again, back into the fold.
Correct. And, one thing that has been missing from our program is we have the great volunteer experience, but we didn't have the curriculum that Marion brings to the program. And so we're able to sort of have a plug and play. She provides the curriculum, and we provide the opportunities for parents and families to just to volunteer together.
So is that one of the key reasons, as you look at some of the reasons why you decided to partner, is that whole curriculum piece part of the reason that you chose this
Yes.
organization to partner with?
Yes, the curriculum piece and the fact that it just makes it more sustainable for us. So we don't have to think about 10 new ideas a year. We can go to Marion's website. We can work with Marion to create a plan for the year. How are we going to serve our community, and how are we going to teach kids about giving back to the community?
That's wonderful. And how do you feel like the DuPage Medical Group families have benefited?
They love it. So we are usually sold out of our registration process within 2 days of posting something online. So the kids in particular love it, and the parents love it because they want to teach their kids about how important it is, how lucky they are, and how important it is to give back.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Now, I know you've alluded to it, and Marianne, you mentioned it before. You've grown a lot over the course of this organization. So kind of where are you thinking about going in the future?
Yeah, so definitely, 2 years ago the school program was in one school, and now we are in actually 19 schools this spring, so a lot of growth. Most of our growth has come organically, so parents and community members have heard about what we're doing, they've taken it to their schools and said, I want this here, and they've gotten involved, they've volunteered. This fall we had 105 volunteers that gave over 800 hours. But we really see a lot of our growth this next year coming through those community partnerships, working with DMG Medical Group, and also we are partnering with the YMCA. So they are going to be having the Inside Out Club in some of their Safe and Sound programs. So we'll be able to really reach a lot more students through those community partnerships, and we're just really excited about continuing the growth. Next year I would anticipate us being in 30 or 40 or more schools. So
that's wonderful.
Really excited.
Now, as we wrap up, ever so quickly, events coming up, things we should be looking for.
I would just say stay tuned to our website. We are going to have a bags tournament this summer, and mark your calendars for September 24th. That's our 5K. It's a run walk, and the kind of unique twist to that is the largest team, runners or walkers, up to 50 people, we donate back to the school organization that they're representing. So trying to get that community feel. So it does raise money for Inside Out Club, but there's a unique twist where you can actually get a donation back to your organization. So,
well, that's wonderful. Well,
yeah.
Perry and Marianne, thank you so much for coming on and telling us about this exciting program. It really is good.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
If you would like to learn more about I Support Communities Inside Out Club, please go and visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.